covering my hair for this, but I don't have to because my hair is 100% my natural hair color, but I do this sometimes to make it easier for people to see. And if you're new to this, I would highly advise you covering your hair regardless whether it is natural or not, because I do find for beginners, it makes it easier to see because we have an inclination to want to match what we're wearing to the surface coloring of our hair, and that's not really color analysis. If your hair is naturally gray, like a high percentage of gray, let's say 80 to 100%, regardless as well, I do recommend covering gray hair just because, again, people have a tendency to want to match to the surface coloring of their hair. We also have a tendency to like darker colors, which is different than doing color analysis. And sometimes, and a lot of the times, frankly, those darker colors overwhelm a lot of people and fail focus and balance checks and other color analysis checks. So here I am in a true summer blue. I am true summer, and I'm going to be holding up a cool summer blue to me. And so cool summer is darker and brighter than the true summer palette. You would look at somebody who's a cool summer and go, I can't easily tell if you're a summer or winter. Their hair typically would show a winter and summer qualities. Here's me around the age of 25 with my natural hair color, and this picture easily rules out winter. Note though, there is sun shining on my hair here as well, and typically be in the medium to deep value range, but also the color analysis checks would have to pass. That's not to say somebody who has darker hair color can't be a true summer, but I'm just giving you obvious points to rule out cool summer for me because of what I just showed you on the screen. Now, here is cool summer blue on me. So a darker and brighter blue. And so what is this doing? It's cutting me off at the jawline. You look at the fabric than me, and whereas over with the true summer, you look at me then the fabric, which is the goal of color analysis. There's no disconnection happening at the jawline. And when I introduce this fabric, all of a sudden, there's a slight disconnection. It's half summer. It's not bad. But this one, in terms of the color analysis checks, are better. And then so in person, I'm not sure if this is coming across on your screen, but my face goes shadowed, increased redness. And then over here, it's brighter and more even. And then if you just focus, say, on the corners of my jawline, you'll see it gets more lifted, or hopefully you see it gets more lifted. But this is sort of called disconnection, like a bobblehead effect, cutting me off at the jawline. But that's not to say if you have a higher contrast palette, sometimes people need that to create the lift to the jawline and the facelift effect. And so I'm going to show you that now. Here's my son, who is a true winter. And on the right there, can you see face first? You look at his eyes first, and the fabric is second. Versus on the left, the fabric is cutting him off on the jawline. So while there is disconnection between the surface coloring and the color on the right, there is an underlying connection that creates the lift, and that's color analysis. Whereas on the left, can you see the fabric is cutting him off at the jawline? It's creating disharmony, whereas on the right, there is harmony and connection. Here's Elise, who's a deep autumn, and here's true autumn on the left versus true winter on the right on her. While the true winter on the right isn't bad, the autumn on the left has better connection to her. The winter on the right is cutting her off at the jawline. I find many people who receive a true autumn palette result who perhaps thought they were a true winter for a long time, or perhaps a deep autumn or deep winter, and they get used to the disconnection on the right side because they've been wearing those colors for so long. And then when they flip over to, say, the true autumn palette, which is pictured here on the left, they aren't used to seeing them first and then the fabric, which is the goal of color analysis. along with passing all the other color analysis checks, of course. In the previous clip, if you felt True Autumn wasn't the best, you were absolutely right, because Elise is a deep autumn. And so in step 3 of color analysis, deep autumn was the winner. And here is on the left, a deep autumn brown versus a true winter black. And can you see the connection better at the jawline on the left side versus the right? There's a slight amount of disconnection on the right. And so hopefully this helps train your eye on connection versus disconnection and what have you, because that is also an important color analysis check so that we easily see you. I created this video because I find so many people are liking darker colors, and that's a different thing than color analysis, particularly too if you've perhaps gotten used to wearing darker colors. Color analysis checks are totally different from personal likes and dislikes and perhaps what you've grown used to, and hopefully this video helps.